Oh, hi everyone. How are we doing today? My name is Brandon. It sure has been a while, hasn't it? As you can see, this is a totally different setting. It's a totally different place. I moved. I moved to another state. I moved to an apartment with my girlfriend, and yeah, big life step. And speaking of big life steps, I didn't stop there. I published a book. This is called Evergreen Pangea. I want to tell you about my story of how I published this, and hopefully this may give you inspiration if you're looking to publish a book or get back into anything creative. So in 2020, I created a book called Evergreen. Now, Pangea, Evergreen. It was a poetry book that I dedicated to my girlfriend at the time, now ex, and it was a celebration of nature and also about a lot of what was happening with the coronavirus pandemic. And I made that and I got back into poetry. And I felt passion. I felt good. And I released it and it was awesome. So I'm like, okay, what next? So then I was like, you know what? Let's make another book called Pangea, not Evergreen. And in 2021, I began working on this, making poems that were more of a celebration of nature and all aspects of it. So the idea of evergreen, it's the metaphor of an evergreen tree, no matter what, no matter even in the winter or during a storm, it's still going to stay green. It's about resilience, especially during a pandemic, and an emotional resilience too, if you're looking metaphorically. For Pangea, there was a supercontinent known as Pangea for a very long time. And eventually the continent drifted, and that's why we have different continents now. But it's that idea of connectedness, that we are connected to nature, that there are all aspects that may be different about it, and people have different perspectives about it, but ultimately we all come together. So that was my inspiration behind that. And each poem had something different to say based on my personal experiences or things that I've noticed or observations or questions. And I felt so inspired by it and I wrote it down. Ultimately, things changed in my life. I went through a bad breakup. I think things happened with my old job and I had a period where I just needed to heal and I couldn't focus on this at all. So I recovered and I healed and, back to myself, except I'm not doing a lot of creative things. I'm not making videos like I used to, or podcasts like I used to, or writing like I used to. And that was something that I needed to heal over time. And I had finished Pangea, and I also got a lot of other people working on this project too, making their own poems and paragraphs and short stories to put into this book, into Pangea, to talk about what nature means to them. So I was going to make this super book, just like Pangea was a super continent. And I just kind of gave up on it. I just didn't have the spirit. And I think after a few reminders and some time, I thought about the book. And like there were poems that I'm like, you know what, I'm not very proud of. I don't think I want to put this in. There's stuff that I wrote about my past that I don't think reflected me anymore. But there were some nuggets in there. There were some juicy nuggets in there that were really good, that I felt had so much to say. And I felt like it needed to be heard and needed to be addressed. So I published, no, spoilers. So I worked further into the book. I organized it. Evergreen was dedicated to this person no longer in my life, and there's a lot of things about that in the book. So I decided I would eventually get rid of Evergreen. My old book is actually right here. This is the old one. There were some really great things in there, and I didn't want to get rid of that. I wanted to keep that out there for people to see. So I decided Pangea was already big enough. We're going to make Pangea an even more supercontinent. We're going to pump it up with something special, some juices to make that continent expand. Add a few new Africas or Australias to it. So I combined Pangea with Evergreen. It's Evergreen Pangea. I separated it to another mini book about the collaboration I did with people to celebrate nature. And I went through it, I edited it, I had editors go through different aspects. I hired an editor to get through it and make it and format it a little better than I was imagining. I used my wonderful girlfriend's magical photography skills, and she sent me this photo, which is just absolutely lovely, and I think encompasses so much about this book just from looking at it. My friend Ben is super talented. He's a digital artist, and he actually helped create the book, the cover of the book, and my friend Scott helped edit a lot of the book and added so much pizzazz to the book, which I think helped me so much as a writer. And Angelica, she did a fantastic job. And I'm rambling on. A lot of people who collaborated did a fantastic job putting their own pieces to it. And I'm looking at it, and it's something that I can be proud of. Now, do I know how many people are going to read this? No. Do I think a lot of people are going to read this? Probably not. I don't know. But if you're passionate about something, this is what I'm trying to say. Let's just say in terms of a book or writing, and you have something to say, you need to say it. Life is finite. Eventually, we're gonna go the way of the rock, or I'm sorry, this is a mineral, and your life will be non-existent. You will no longer be alive. You'll be as still as this thing. In fact, you'll be decomposing. You'll be less like this thing. You'll be worm food. How do you live on? How does this live on? A lot of cultures have different ideas. Heaven, purgatory, hell. Some say rebirth or reincarnation. I say, write something down. I'd say pass down what's important to you. And have that be part of your legacy. I'm proud of what I wrote here. I'm very proud of it. It shows my different thoughts, my ideas, my personality, what's important to me, nature, connectedness, spreading kindness, cheesy stuff like that. So if you have something to say, you have the tools to say it. I published this on Amazon through KDP. It's very simple, and anyone can publish a book. Anyone can self-publish a book. I would say it's very good to collaborate with people when you're doing this. Have editors, either people you could trust that are in your social circle, family, friends that can edit your book and look through it, or hire someone. You can hire someone on Fiverr or different other websites to make this efficient. Cover photo, that's important as well. That may require your extra skills in photography, or just knowing someone, or again, hiring someone. It takes skill, it takes a little bit of money, and it takes a little bit of love to make something when it comes to the arts. If you have an idea, let's say it's a video, or you want to do something, or create a film, or maybe a video game, or whatever you do. I don't know you. You need to do it. Life is short. Or music. If you have a song, if there's something that's speaking to you inside, get it out. Let it out in a constructive, healthy way. You need it for you, and who knows, maybe someone else needed it. Because when I look about when I was growing up, and I felt alone, some of the art that I consumed, whether that be literature or music or movies, helped shape me and make me who I am today. So who knows who needs this? Even if no one read this, I'm proud of it. This will live on. And maybe when humans get extinct one day, the aliens will come in their little spaceships, and this will be the first book they see. And then I become a historical icon for the aliens. Who knows? Or maybe not. But either way, there's a chance, right? It's very low, but there's a chance. Anyways, I hope you got something out of this. I hope to see you all soon. And yeah, how do you like the apartment? Let me know. How do you like the cover? Let me know. How are you doing today? Let me know. As always, be well. Much love. peace, love, emer libertas, and sayonara. Love ya.